Today I'm reviewing A Harvest of Thorns by Corban Addison, a slow-burning thriller set mainly in the USA, Bangladesh and Malaysia. I first came across Corban Addison when we reviewed A Walk Across the Sun and The Garden of Burning Sand. Both novels have really stuck with me to this day. Essentially, it was the quality of writing that really dug deep, and his passion. And once again in this novel he has taken on a huge subject. In A Harvest of Thorns, he tackles injustice, the big conglomerates at the sharp end of the fashion industry versus the poor and displaced of the world. This is the kind of book that can change your thinking and the way in which you view the world. Presto is the largest retailer in the States for clothing, ranging from the cheaper end, Piccolo, to the more upmarket brands in the Portofino range. It is a beloved brand for the American population. Originally established in the 1960s with the welfare in mind of both workers and buyers of the goods, the founders went to great lengths to ensure that theirs was not an exploitative supply chain. They chose warm and feel-good names for the brands, borrowed from the Italian, to give a sense of family, love and the culturally exotic. But as the years have passed, the inevitable has happened. The shareholders are increasingly demanding greater dividends, and the company is pitted against ruthless competition, where cost-cutting and low prices are fundamental. It seems the company has swung away from the ideals of the forefathers and moved towards the bottom line, focusing more on the phenomenal profit margins. But this change comes at a price, as Presto is soon to find out. The book opens with a fire in Bangladesh at Millennium Fashions, a garment factory where many hundreds of the workers have been killed. There are 3 fire extinguishers for 1,000 workers. This company, once used by Presto, is now blacklisted, or on their red list, as they classify it. So how come there is a photo of a child, dead at the scene, with a pair of children's trousers draped over her face, the Presto company insignia P only too visible? The photo has instantly gone viral. There is a tsunami of negative publicity building, and Cameron, the head lawyer of the company, takes the onus of unravelling the supply chain issues. It is damage limitation, whilst an investigation ensues into corruption and blame. And for him, it is also about humanitarian concerns. The author is incredibly adept at developing a core story and then feeding in the personal stories of his characters to enhance the overall feel. Cameron has a tragic backstory that makes his determination to right the wrongs all that more understandable. The writing feels very real and is often very sobering in its content. I think of this author in terms of John Grisham light. I find Grisham's stories at times hard to penetrate, and so Addison's storylines feel that much more accessible. They are set in a real world where there is dreadful exploitation and injustice. He is an author who will take up a cause and bring it to a wider audience with great panache, an author with a social conscience. Having read this book, we will think more carefully about the origin of our clothing. If this book is anything to go by, it behoves us really to do so. It's an edifying story.